All right, so good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? I just woke up. This one of my voice sounds like that. It sounds nice though. I know. I wish it sounded like this all the time, but it doesn't sadly. Either way, so yeah. I don't know. I always wanted to. I like having discussions. I like having thoughtful discussions every now and then about topics that are not necessarily fun, but I enjoy them. You know, like I've always been a fan of debates. I'm a big fan of psychology, mainly because I've always wondered and want to have a better understanding of why people think the way they think. Why are they the way they are? You know, but too damn lazy and boring um, to go to college for it. So I don't want to make that into a career. I thought about it. Thought about making that into a career once. Um, I mean, hell, I was in therapy all the time from all of grade school, really, all the way up until I graduated. Um, I was a mean kid. I was an angry kid. Um, Doped up on Adderall and whatnot to help me focus and all that kind of good shit. Um, but so I don't want to go to college to be a psychologist or even get a degree. I just like to know, you know? Like if I could just go to or take college courses for fun and not have to pay for them because I don't want to do it for a career. Therefore, why pay for shit if you're not gonna, you know, use it later on for money making purposes like a career, whatnot? What's the point? I just like to know things. But anyways, my when I got out, my therapist at the time, um, I even asked him. I was like, "Hey, think, do you think if I was to go forward with being a, um, you know, therapist or anything like that, psychologist, do you think I'd be good at it?" And he agreed, he said, yeah, he thought I'd be pretty decent at it. The only thing was I'd get aggravated. I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, all right, so let's say you get this one patient that's coming in for this and that, right? And, you're trying to help them. And you're telling them what to do, how to help themselves, all that good stuff, right? Well, they keep coming in over and over again, but they're not doing anything, to help themselves. They keep having the same issue repeatedly. And of course, all you're doing is trying over and over again to help them out. You're gonna get pissed off one day, he said, and you're just gonna fuck it, do what you want. If you wanna end it, end it. If you wanna, whatever the hell the case is, go ahead. And that made a lot of sense because, yeah, you're damn right. Right? I'm not a fan of stupid people. I'm not a fan of people not doing things to better themselves. And again, this is coming from a pretty lazy person. But I'm alright with that. So why better yourself if you're cool with that? um, but yeah, so I definitely never followed through with going to that career. Um, but it's always been something that stayed with me that I enjoy. Because again, I've always been curious on why people are the way they are, why they think the way they think, why they believe what they believe, and stuff like that. I've always been fascinated with that, whether it be through upbringing, teachings, whatever, seeing stuff, you know, people's views have always interested me. Whether I agree with them or not, it's always been fun, especially if I don't agree with them. Especially if I don't agree with them, yeah, like I want to know why. Why do you think that way? What is it about that view that makes you believe that? And from there, I'll go into, I guess, I know not a lot of people enjoy talking religion. It's a very touchy subject. I would put religion, hell, I'd put it probably above politics. Politics and religion, definitely, though, are the two super touchiest subjects, probably in the entire world. Politics and religion. The thing about politics is, okay, in my view, obviously, because for those who don't know, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in any religion, yada yada, whatever. Not my thing. I understand it. I respect it. I get why people do. Even other religions, I get it. And unless you're satanic, like those people, I don't get. The simple thing about that doesn't make sense to me is why would you believe in the guy, or worship the guy that's going to lose, Because if Christianity is real and all that kind of good stuff, then Satan's bound to lose. Why would you go and want to follow the guy who's going to lose? It just doesn't make sense to me. You obviously want to be on the winning side. Nobody likes to lose. That being said, if you look at the beliefs and rules, at least that's put out there, because I've never spoken to an actual satanic person, or hell, I don't know where the nearest satanic church is, but on their beliefs, on their websites and whatnot that I've seen from other posts and just throughout the years, their belief system is just common sense. It's like, do good, be good, yada yada, all that typical human shit that we just be a good person. Which, yes, sounds odd as hell coming from a satanic institution, but hey, whatever. Doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, so, what I was getting at is that about religion is I had this back and forth conversation yesterday with this guy on Facebook, and it was on a post of Khabib, the MMA fighter, champion over there, one of the toughest son of bitches you could ever find and ever meet in your life. I mean, he's a fucking Russian, that's a whole different breed of human being right there. Anyways, his father's in a coma. And Khabib and them are devout Muslim and all that kind of stuff. And so, in the post about Khabib's father being in coma and yada yada, someone commented, "May Allah give him the cure," or something like that. I think it was, "May Allah give him cure." You could tell the guy's English is very loose. And in doing that, a shit ton of people crapped on him and started talking shit about it's not God, it's the doctors and the nurses, yada yada, and religion's for the weak-minded, blah, 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 blah. And again, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in any religion. I respect all of them, unless you're satanic. But in one of the replies to one of the comments, the guy said that through God, nurses and doctors were created and blah, blah, blah. I'm just generalizing here because I don't remember it off the top of my head, but that was the basis of what he said in his reply to one of the people who said it wasn't God, it was the doctors and nurses. All right, so he's right, though. In his world of believing in God, as Christians and anyone who follows a God, men and women are created through that God. I think that's how it goes with all of them. I don't know. But, so, therefore, by association, if God created the doctors and the nurses, then by him invoking God for the cure, he is, in fact, also talking about doctors and the nurses. Because big thing on, Christianity and Islam and all that is we all live through God. God is in you, yada yada. So he's saying it. Just because he specifically did not mention the doctors and the nurses in his initial post does not mean he excludes them, especially when he goes into explaining that doctors and nurses are created by God. So, I jump in because I like having discussions, and especially if they go pretty calmly. And this one guy, and he's coming with something about belittling the doctors and the nurses. I'm like, that's not what he did. He's not belittling the doctors and the nurses. In his belief, God or Allah, for him, same thing, is going to be the one to help Khabib's father out. And the dude's like, no, he's rejecting the doctors and nurses. There is no God, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying because you don't believe in a God. That's fine. But you got to see it from his view. Just because you don't agree with his view does not mean his view is still not real in his world. In his mind, he is 100% right. He doesn't have to align it with you. That's okay. The world's going to keep going. There are different beliefs. There are, probably hundreds of thousands of religions, countless many gods. Everybody has a different belief system. It does not affect yours. It does not mean he's wrong. It does not mean you're wrong. And he kept going back and forth about how I didn't understand it, yada, yada. Well, no, it's not that. I see the bigger picture. I see what he meant. I saw, because he even clarified that through God, doctors and nurses were created. Now, he did not, the Muslim guy who I think was like Fahad or something, I'm probably royally screwing that name up, but he did not specifically state, therefore, through God, the doctors and nurses also help him. He did not say that, but he did clearly state that through God, the doctors and the nurses were created, and some other shit. I don't remember exactly. But he went on to praise God and God this, God that. But he specifically clarified, again, I know I repeat myself. This is why this thing is going to be called Red's Ramblings, honestly. But he clearly stated through God, doctors and nurses were created. Boom. Right there. He's giving credit to the doctors and nurses by saying that through God they were created. Just because in his original, again, did not specifically state them, does not exclude them as well. And the guy just could not understand it. Because apparently he's like a huge atheist or whatever. And he went on to talk about my psychology and law, classes, degrees, whatever, cases. I think he mentioned, I don't know, he's a lawyer, whatever, who cares? That's all well and good, man, but you can be the smartest guy in the room, but if you see the world through such a narrow vision, you're dumb as shit. I'm sorry. You have to be open to other interpretations. Again, I don't believe in God. I don't. And I'm not going to get into a discussion about why, because I feel that would make those who do believe feel that I'm going after them, and I'm just not. It's just I do not believe in a God. I was raised in the South. I was raised by a heavily devout Christian grandmother who I love forever. I'm a grandma's boy, and that's just me. It's just not my thing. I have my beliefs. You have yours. I don't care. Don't come at me. I ain't gonna come at you. And that's basically how I feel. But because being raised in the church, in and out, I've seen it, I've heard it, I understand it, Again, I'm not going to say whether it's wrong or people are believing in the wrong thing. It's not gonna be me because I understand it. I understand all of it. I just don't do it. So, if you see the world in one way and one way alone, it's yours. It's your vision. There is no God. There can never be no God. Therefore, anything about God has to be wrong, and I'm going to go after it. That's not wrong. It's not right. Excuse me. It's not the way to be. Because God forbid, you travel the world and you come up against people like that, and you mention that, there are some people who take that very personally, very personally. Like it's a big attack on them and their culture, their family, whatever. You just don't want to do that. You have to acknowledge that there are people that don't see the world the way you do. They don't have your same beliefs, and that's all right. I'm born and raised in the South, but I don't think like the typical Southerner at all. I've had many people think I'm from like up north. I'm a Yankee. I've been called Yankee a handful of times in my life because I don't think that way. That's just not me. I don't know, man. That's, I guess, part of first bit of the Reds Ramble, if you want to go on a subject like that. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Oh, I will add this though too. So, anyone listening who knows anything about Khabib, the funny thing is, it's his last fight. I think it was the last fight. Could be wrong. I think I am, but I don't remember the other opponent. Anyways, the last big fight he had was with Conor McGregor, who everyone knows, huge loudmouth, cocky as shit, brash. He knows how to sell a fight. He talks shit. And for the most part, the man backs it up. He's a phenomenal fighter. I don't care for him, but, I'm not going to bash his skill because the fucking guy's talented. But, anyways, Conor's thing is going after people, attacking, talking shit, trying to sell the fight. That's his job, right? Well, again, Khabib's Muslim. His family's Muslim. His father's always in his corner. So, what does Conor do? He goes after the man's religion. He goes after the man's father. Now, yeah, Khabib's from Russia. Devout Muslim. Loves his dad. So that was a mistake, and whether you thought Conor was going to win, whatever, I didn't think he was going to win. He didn't win. He got choked out, and it was glorious. I love that fight. But yeah, you talk shit to the wrong man, and he got choked. I think it was like technically a neck crank. I don't think it was an actual choke. Anyways, he talked shit, couldn't back it up. He got shut up. So when the news broke about Khabib's father being in a coma, the man who went that route, who talked shit about his father, talked shit about his religion, praised him, put his, I'm assuming he did thoughts and prayers, all that good stuff. But he paid his respects to Khabib and his father in these tough times, because obviously no one loves losing a family member, especially the one you're closest to. Nobody, enjoys that. You can't, if you're gonna talk shit about something like that, then something's seriously fucking wrong with you. If you're gonna beat a man when he's down like that's just not the way to be. There's some mean ass fucking people in the world that are just ignorant as shit in cases like that, and it makes no fucking sense to me. I don't understand that shit. But he didn't. He paid his respects. He said something sweet, I'm assuming. I didn't look into that one, but he did what was right. Because yeah, you don't do that to that guy. So if you're gonna do it to some other kid, who's invoking the same God that Khabib, invokes as well, and you gotta remember, you're talking about a man's family who's choked people out for that same reason, who takes it very seriously. You just don't do that, man. It's just so stupid. I hate people. I really do, man. I don't like people. People are dumb. I'm just not a fan. Oh, man. Oh, I can go into a huge-ass ramble about all that shit, but It's probably divulging too much on the first, episode of this or whatever. Um, Man, my voice sounds cool as fuck right now. It's like when I get colds too. Like, obviously if you get a cold, your voice gets deeper and whatnot, and I fucking love it. I love it. I don't know how it's gonna sound over recording though. Obviously if you record it's gonna be slightly distorted. So I don't know how this is gonna end up sounding after the fact when I play it back. But if you're right here, it sounds really good. So anyways, what do we talk about next? If I get somebody over here, like wants to just going back and forth, that'd be cool. Discussions. Oh, I will talk about this. Going from something super serious to super childish. Video games. Growing up, we had Tony Hawk Pro Skaters. I got them, the new ones, just like every fucking Christmas. I was like my Madden, like every year, had a new Tony Hawk. And they're coming back, man. 1 and 2 remakes, hell yeah. I'm going to pre-order those probably at some point later today. But, yes, hell fucking yeah, man. That's going to be cool as shit. The graphics look so great. Oh, man, love them games. Yeah, that was a quick little sidestep. Something a little lighthearted. Oh, so Malachi lost 2 teeth now. By the way, those of you who don't know, Malachi's my son, 6. He's the best. He's a demon, but I love him. He's asleep right now downstairs. But yeah, he lost his 2 middle bottom teeth. And we took him to the dentist the other day, and I was at work. Katie took him, my wife. She's at work right now. Anyway, she took him to the same dentist I went to as a kid, and she actually knows that dentist on a personal level, so that was kind of, small world, man. That's one thing about South. It is a small world down here. You find ways that you're connected with people that you never knew. But anyways, the dentist came back and said that, I want to say it's 2 extractions he needs because the baby or the adult teeth, I think they were molars, were coming up. But those baby teeth that they sit under weren't budging yet. So we gotta get those pulled out, sadly, to keep the adult teeth coming in relatively straight. Because my teeth are not that great. I need braces. I'm gonna get them one day. So obviously if I can minimize the need for Malachi to have braces, that would be great. Because nobody wants braces. Braces suck. But I'm fucking old now. I'm 30, so I'm gonna get Invisalign at some point. Because, I'm too old for that metal shit. Yeah. So, yeah, I gotta call at some point today to schedule an appointment for all that. Poor kid. It's gonna help in the long run, obviously, Teeth are very important to keep in check and keep right. And if we can prevent anything bad early on, it'll be better in the long run. So that's that. Oh man, what else? I don't want to go into anything to do with the virus that's going around because fuck us. All anybody hears about these days. Even I'm getting tired of it. Even though obviously it's the global issue, so it's there, But so if I go into it, I actually do apologize because I was gonna at least wait till like the second one of these episode, whatever you want to call it, to go into that, because fuck, give some people who are listening a break of that shit, even though I did just bring it up in a way just now. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and steer away from that. But man, if anyone has me on Facebook, I have some very serious views on that. We'll go into that at some point one day. I don't know. Let's see. Also, again, so I'm doing this on my phone, and I started it kind of away from me on a tripod, even though I'm not doing video right now. I might at some point, and now I'm holding it in my hand, my phone. So I'm sure it started out, you could barely hear me, and now you can. Hopefully it's not too loud. I don't know. We'll find out. But Oh, man. No. Shout out. Not a sponsor, because fucking episode 1, and, I ain't shit, But Ramon Sauce. True Q Barbecue. Fucking great. I will shout it to the rooftops forever. True Q Barbecue Sauce. Get some. Let me know. I get the hookup for you. But yeah, we're gonna be grilling out at some point this weekend for sure, if not today. Um, yeah, I got a free grill the other week. It's great. I love it. How many? Fuck, I'm already running out of things to say. It's kind of sucks, yeah, when you don't have anyone to talk with, so you literally have to come up with things on the fly, because, I figured the best way to make it as real and authentic as you could is just go, start talking and just not stop. Hey, Spot. I have a cat. His name's Spot. He's a big-ass tiger. About 20 pounds. He just walked in the door and boom, he's going to go eat himself. Or feed himself. Eat food. He'll probably lick himself later, though. So, yeah, it constitutes as eating himself, I guess. Even though he is a boy. But, either way, that's what cats do, man. Yeah, alright, well, I guess we're about to be at the 30-minute mark, and I'll cut it short there, or cut it right there. But, yeah, I guess if there had to be a topic or main subject of this one is, don't be so narrow-minded in life, man. Like, just because you don't agree with someone else's views does not necessarily mean they're wrong. Because especially when it comes to religion, probably really only when it comes to religion. Just because you don't see it their way does not mean they're wrong. Because in their world, they're right. In their world, that's how the world is viewed. Now, morally and ethically, it could be wrong. And if that's the case, then I'm probably going to go for what's morally right and ethically correct, depending on the subject, more so than not. But, like, in terms of, like I said, with the thing earlier, the God and the doctors and all that, he is right in his world. And I'm sure a majority of people that are going to listen to this believe in God, so therefore you understand it too. Through God, doctors, and nurses, that's not blah, blah, blah. Anyways, fuck it. Yeah, I ain't going back into that again. Sorry. But, ugh. Yeah, it's been kind of fun. It's been pretty fun. Yeah, it'd be nice to get somebody to come in and just bounce ideas off of and have cool little discussions and whatnot. So at some point, I got a few people in mind I want to ask. I think it'd be fun. I think this is going to be fun. Hopefully other people enjoy it. I don't know. We'll see. Fuck it. Critique me if you want to. I don't care. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you don't like it. It's cool. Hell, if you have differing opinions, then let me know and I'll try and adjust. See what's up. See if you're right. If you want to come on, cool. Let me know. I'll see if you're interesting enough to bring on, because, I'm not going to bring on stupid people. And I'm definitely not going to bring on somebody who I feel, if we were to get into a discussion, they would get too heated, and I'm not going to have, like, a shouting match, a yelling match, because those aren't fun, man. There's no reason for any of that. There's no reason to get into an argument to where it devolves into a huge argument, and you're yelling and expletives and, talking down about the person. Even though, fuck, a lot of people are stupid. A lot of people are fucking stupid. But you gotta somewhat be respectful of other people's views and all that kind of shit. Because, again, you just have to, man. There's no reason. And again, I know I say this, and I also say I fucking hate a lot of people. But for the most part, I respect them. Because, hey, it's not my life, it's theirs. They're the ones that are dumb, not me. Sucks to be them. Fuck it. But I can't help that people are dumb. People can't help that they're dumb, but, But they don't see that they're dumb, and that is a big problem. That is a huge problem right there. People don't see their fault. And I'm one of those. Well, I think I try to be one of these. I'm sure people can argue against it, but I try to be one of the people that if I'm wrong, and you can show that I'm wrong, cool. I'll admit it. I'll like, shit, man, my bad. I see what you're saying. I got that. I had an incorrect understanding, whatever it is. And I grow from there. Because you will never, 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 never truly grow until you can start admitting your own mistakes, seeing where you were flawed and wrong, and going from there. If all you do is see things in your view and that you're never wrong, you will never grow. Ever. I don't care. I don't care how smart you are. Your IQ can be off the fucking charts. You can have 1,000,000 degrees up your ass. Who gives a fuck? If you are wrong and do not see it, there's no hope for you, man. There is zero hope for you. I think that's something about, like, what is it? Like intelligence and wisdom, I don't know. I could be wrong there. I think it's something about that. Or something along those lines. Or, whatever. But yeah. All the brains in the world don't amount to shit if you can't see when you are wrong and grow from there and admit your mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Like, I'm a cocky son of a bitch. If anyone knows me, I am cocky as hell. But if you can show that I'm wrong, I'm cool with it. I'll man up to it, I'll admit it, and, we go on from there. We keep living, we keep growing, we keep learning. And that's all you can do, man. Live and learn. Live and learn. Try and make the best of life. So, yeah, with that, I'll end this. All you folks, y'all be good and, all that kind of good shit. Toodles.